Sessions and lessons. Sessions and lessons unscripted. And now your hosts, Joel and Gloria Rosario.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Joel, your buddy here. Thanks for tuning in to Sessions and Lessons Unscripted once again. Appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, to my side here is the one, the only, the intelligent, beautiful Gloria Rosario.
Hello, everybody.
How are you, Gloria?
I'm good. How are you?
Tired, I'm not gonna lie.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, at the time of this recording, it's kind of the end of the week, so it's kind of like decompression time. And we just got back from adulting. So, yeah, Gloria's, she's kind of has some bittersweetness going on towards the end of this week because, for one thing, she has found homes for Munchie and the babies, and her car that she loves so much is on its last tire, and she has to do car shopping like an adult now.
I'm so sad that the car is on its way out.
She loves that car. That car freaks me out. That sounds like it doesn't run.
It's a Prius, you guys, so he gets freaked out when the engine turns off while we're driving or while I'm in the car, but it's normal.
Well, not to me. That's not normal. Engines are supposed to run.
It took me a while to get used to it, but now that I'm used to it, I don't even think about it. I don't even feel it when it turns off.
Yeah, car buying is the worst. I know people out there listening, they know how it goes. Although I will say it's not as bad as it used to be. I mean, oh my gosh, it's like, it was horrible.
I have gotten so many calls, and I'm talking from like 8 in the morning to about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night all week. I applied for a car loan, and I guess, once dealerships and banks get a hold of
Once they find out you're looking to, yeah,
finance
that's how
something,
it is.
I'm so over it. I haven't even answered the phone this week.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been on silent, or so I apologize if you guys have called and I haven't answered. Just it's been on silent all week.
Yeah, it's I mean, on the plus side, I guess the light is at the end of the tunnel, right? Because you did find something.
I'm so excited.
It was actually really nice. It's that's then you got to find out how you're gonna pay for this thing, right? Which is crazy. Adulting sucks, doesn't it?
It does. This is the first time that I'm financing a car. I have gone most of my adult life not dealing with credit. And now that I'm like older and adulting, like part of adulting, I guess, is like doing stuff with credit.
Yep.
You're not an adult until you're like
In
debt with credit and banks and mortgages and all that. Oh
so
my
you're
gosh.
like biting your nails down to the nubs because you got all these bills to pay now.
Yeah, it'll be fine though. I'm just I'm so done looking. Like,
well, it's a stressful situation. I mean, it's normal, I guess.
I guess, yeah. But it being my first time, I'm like, I'm over it.
Anyways, on a lighter note, your baby's got new homes.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird now coming home and then
Not
Munchie, not seeing them at all.
Your poor babies.
Although we did keep one of the kittens.
Yes, we ended up keeping
well, what we thought was the quiet one.
Yeah. It lied.
How did that go? She's just bouncing around the walls in here.
Yeah, it's been a bittersweet week, I guess. I'm just kind of glad that it's over and it's Friday.
Yes.
We're going to go back to the dealership in the morning. Hopefully.
Great. That's just great.
No, I'm coming home with this car. Like, I'm over it.
You mean coming home with this new car note?
Yeah, whatever. Same difference, right?
And it's so ironic, right? Like, and I almost don't want to say this, and people out there listening, you guys could chime in too if it ever happened to you. isn't it funny how finally pay off your car, and that's when your dashboard lights up and stuff happens.
That's exactly what happened with your truck.
Well, kind of. I paid it off. It's paid off, which that's another story, right? Like Gloria had her car doesn't. There's no car note. I paid mine off, so we didn't have a car note. Now
We have another car
life
note.
just backhanded us upside the head.
It's a necessary evil though, and I have
It
to kind of find a car that's gonna work for everybody, which is kind of weird.
Well, yeah, because you would transport people to their doctor's appointments and
Well,
stuff.
my
So,
mom and my grandma,
yeah.
there's no way that my mom would be able to climb in and out of your truck if I had it, or even my grandma.
Well, so we'll continue on, and this one is we're just kind of going off the top of our heads because you figure we on our little drive we were chit chatting and talking about stuff, and then one subject that come up, and the word that came up was hypocrisy, or being a hypocrite.
Ew,
Ew.
ew. Even the word is gross, like hypocrisy.
It is pretty gross sounding word. It's not a. It's an ugly sounding word.
It is.
And the what triggered it? Well, I hate using that word. I guess
Triggered.
it's like one of those new words, right? It came up because during the day today at my day job, because I have one of those. Everybody thinks I'm this world famous radio DJ or
Stop.
podcaster, but I do have a day job. Anyways, so I was kind of thinking about it, and to be completely honest with everyone out there listening, that's one of my things, right? One of my issues or whatever. And I don't know if anybody else out there feels this way. Sometimes I feel like a hypocrite, just flat out. So not really in the like a malicious or bad sense, but I feel like I'm not. I don't even know if this would be the same thing, but I feel like I'm not living my true self, I guess. But for example, let me try to give you guys an example. So I kind of touched upon this and in past episodes. Like I like to joke around, I like to be friendly and sociable and stuff like that. But then I also like to be kind of, chill and laid back and stuff like that, which is kind of weird, right? Because it's like two opposites. So, uh, like for example, I'll joke around with a bunch of guys, and then we'll give each other, grief and like, I'll be self-deprecating stuff like that. But then when they're not around, it's like a 180,
Mm.
and then I feel like that's really how I am. But then when I'm around, I almost like I change. I don't know. Does that make any sense what I'm explaining?
I think it does.
I mean,
I think
does that make me hypocritical?
I don't think so because certain people bring out certain aspects of your personality out, and just because it happens during the time that you're like hanging out with these people doesn't necessarily mean that you're being like a hypocrite. It's just part of your personality.
I suppose. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's truth to that. I guess, but I don't know. Usually, when you think of someone being a hypocrite, I mean, here's another example. So, long story short, went through all this stuff, right? I mean, life's ups and downs or whatever. And then I got into this whole like self help and like self improvement thing and things like that. And then I feel like sometimes, and I try to share that with other people, and I try to live my life that way. Um, But then it's like I find myself more times than not practicing what I'm preaching or
That's like
trying to preach.
that's 99.5% of the like world population that I think does that.
You think so?
I think it's part of being human. When we act like hypocrites, because everybody acts like a hypocrite at one point or another.
Hmm.
You know, I've even acted like a hypocrite, saying, oh, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Blah, blah. And what am I doing 3 days later? I'm doing the same habits, the same.
But does that fall under being a hypocrite though?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like, what is your definition of a hypocrite?
Someone that says one thing and does
Does another.
another.
Exactly. So if I say I'm not gonna do something and I do it anyways, that makes me a hypocrite.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think it's just a part of personalities and who we are as people, and it's just instilled and ingrained in our like DNA to be that way. You're allowed to change your mind. Um, you're allowed to,
I mean, that's true. I mean, most things in life are kind of fluid. I mean, like you just said, you can change.
nothing is set in stone, especially like if it comes from your personality or from who you are. It's not set in stone.
Right.
You're allowed to change your mind. That doesn't necessarily make you a hypocrite.
Well, it makes you a temporary hypocrite.
It makes you indecisive.
Mm, I don't know. Well, I mean, if you want to simplify it, it's not doing, saying one thing and doing the opposite.
But as long as you're not hurting anybody, I don't see anything malicious about it. There's no malicious intent unless you're doing it with malice.
Yeah.
You know, I think that when it starts to affect other people and like their behaviors and how like they're feeling, then it becomes an issue.
Then I almost want to say it becomes deeper than just being a
Right.
hypocrite, right?
Right. Because like I said, we're all hypocrites at one point or another. I don't care who you are
Hmm.
and how much you claim to be like
The perfect human being.
no, there's no such thing at all.
Well, I'm pretty close.
Get over yourself.
You should have seen the look she just shot over here.
Can you guys hear the eye roll that I'm giving this
Yeah,
man?
that creaking noise. It's her eyeballs.
Those are my eyeballs rolling to the back of my head. No, but honestly, I think that we're all hypocrites at one point or another. So I don't think it's that big of an issue until you start hurting people, and then it just becomes kind of with malice.
You know what though? I feel like me personally, I'm hurting myself.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's true. Like, if you're hurting yourself, then it becomes an issue.
Mhm.
When it becomes self-harm or harming other people's,
Now,
other
when
people,
you say self harm, you say like mentally.
mentally,
speaking,
yes,
right?
mentally speaking, I'm not talking about the physical.
Yeah.
Um, it's, different. I think there are different levels of being a hypocrite,
Okay.
if that makes
Explain that.
sense.
Yeah, explain
Okay.
that if you can.
So being a hypocrite, like to me, is when, like I said, you say I'm never gonna do this again, and you're doing the same behavior, right? That's one aspect of being a hypocrite.
Right.
And then there's the aspect of, you are in a relationship and you're constantly getting hurt, and you're done with the person, but you still continue to entertain them. That's like a self-harming type of hypocrisy.
Mm.
And then there's a part where you're hurting yourself when you're lying to yourself, and it makes you feel a certain way, or it makes you feel sad, or it
So would you
alters.
say kind of like what is it, the self
Maybe self-doubt.
well, no, like when like for example, it's kind of touching on what I said before. Like I'll look in the mirror and try to do the positive affirmations or stuff like that, right? Like
Yeah.
today's gonna be a great day. You are worth it. You can do this. Blah blah
But you
blah.
can, and you are a great
Okay,
person.
but then you go back later and then you say the exact opposite.
Right.
And it's like, oh, I'm such an idiot. This freaking sucks. But that's what I'm saying.
And I also think that when like you're being a hypocrite and it's followed with lies, you tell yourself or other people, then it becomes an issue at that point. You know?
I think hypocrisy is an issue altogether, anyways, right?
Yeah. But like I said, when it starts harming and hurting other people, then I think it becomes an issue, you know? Um when was I'm trying to think of like when was one time that you can think of like specifically where you were a hypocrite.
When I was a hypocrite
Yeah.
today.
You make this too easy.
Well, that's like I said, like that. I mean, that's what kind of prompted that today because I was joking or I wasn't. All right, let me back up a little bit. I wasn't feeling it today. Okay,
Right.
I was a little bit on the depressed side. I was a little stressed. I just wanted to be quiet. There's times I just don't want to be bothered. I just
Yeah.
want to, and it's not because I'm being antisocial or whatever, but I'm sure everyone gets into that mood, right? You just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, I get into those moods
You
a
just
lot.
want to be in your own little world, do your own little thing, get through the day by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's the mode that's the real mode, right? That's the default setting for the day.
Yeah.
So then I walk through the doorway and then that's exactly 180,
Right.
and then when it dies down, I feel terrible after, right? Because I'm like, I didn't want that. But I basically put on a show for whatever reason. I couldn't even explain it.
So, do you think it comes from trying to appease other people or trying to like belong?
No, that's the weird part, right? Because I'm not trying to please anyone. Like let's I like to laugh and I like to be in a good mood.
Obviously.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like now that I think about it, now that we're discussing it, it's like I'm kind of torn. Like I'm like confused. Help me, people. I'm confused.
Help me.
Help me, please. But I mean, I think I'm making sense. I don't know.
You are making sense. It's just everybody does it. You know, like I said, it's a normal behavior that we do.
Uh,
And, you know, I can think of maybe a few times where I've been a hypocrite. Hypocrite.
like what? Then go ahead.
Well, again, sticking around in a relationship that wasn't healthy
Hmm.
and then being like, I'm not going to talk to that person ever again. And like 3 months later, there's the phone call and there, goes dumb Gloria.
So and then that makes you a hypocrite, you would say?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That, I mean, I don't know. I think that does make me a hypocrite, at least at that time, I guess when you're a glutton for punishment,
Hmm.
hypocrisy is like the next thing, I think they go hand in hand.
I can see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Well, the official, I guess, definition of a hypocrite is a person who puts on a false appearance of virtue or religion, or a person who acts in contradiction to his or her stated beliefs or feelings.
Exactly what I said. When you're saying, "Oh, I'm never gonna do that again," and then you end up doing it.
So contradiction is a good word.
Yeah, I think that's an awesome word for it.
That is an awesome word. So hypocrisy, obviously contradiction is one and the same.
Yeah,
And that's a good word to use because I feel like I contradict myself a lot.
yeah. I do that myself to myself. often.
Did you just say yeah, like you agreed with me, like I
Yes.
contradict myself?
Yes. Wait, I contradict myself,
Okay.
but you also contradict yourself.
Them just fighting words. No, but in all seriousness, that's a great word to use because that's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Yep.
I feel like I contradict myself.
Yeah. But again, I think it's part of human nature. It's just who we are. It's a skill set, I guess, for lack of a better word.
I guess. So what would you think would be solutions to fix that?
I call myself out.
Okay.
I think realizing that you are a hypocrite and like coming to terms with that and accepting it, it happens. Like, how can how can you say like, "Oh, I'm never a hypocrite. Never, not
No, that's
me."
impossible.
It's impossible. Come on, guys. Let's be realistic and be honest about things.
Yeah.
It's a lot of times I think that when people are starting like relationships, it's weird to me that people don't always act like themselves
Oh, when you first meet
when you
someone?
first meet someone.
That's true, but I mean, me personally, when we met, I was the same as I
Well, I'm not applying that situation to us, but I'm saying I find it really
no, I see
hypocritical.
what you're saying.
When
Because that
if
does happen. Because when you meet someone, you're trying to put your best foot forward.
right, you don't argue with the person,
Yeah,
you
you're a saint.
smile,
Yeah,
you're polite.
you're the more perfect person
And
when
then
they meet
6
you.
months into the relationship, like the female turns out to be an uber biznatch.
Then you're like farting at the dinner table.
No, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like personality wise.
Hmm.
If you are a bitchy person, right? Be a bitchy person when you're with that person.
Okay, I
You understand what I'm
Yes, I
saying?
completely understand.
Okay.
But on the same, since we're on that subject, okay, if you're a bitchy person, you're not really gonna try to show that side right
Why?
away.
They're gonna discover it sooner or later.
Well, that's true.
Why waste their time
Yeah.
and your time? Because I think a lot of times, and I'm speaking from a female perspective here. Okay, I call it like it is, right?
Hmm.
I've known some females to be like uber bitches, like just Karens complaining about everything, and then they start dating someone and it's like they're a completely different person when they're dating that person, that other, guy or girl or whoever it is that they're dating. I just find it funny that it's like, oh, I don't show him my real personality. And it's,
Yeah. To me that's kind of deceitful.
to me, that's being a hypocrite. Like,
Well, it is. Yeah.
be honest. Like, if
Yeah.
you are a bitchy person, be a bitchy person around the person that you're like trying to date. Act like yourself.
Yeah. I mean, me. When we met, I was you. What you see is what you get.
I was so upfront
No,
with you
no
when
refunds.
we started dating. I was so upfront with Joel. I was like, "Look, man,
Yeah, and we've talked about this before. Gloria would tell me how what a horrible person she was, blah blah blah, all that stuff, and it's like, no, I don't know where she got that from,
no."
because I think she's great.
But see, here's the thing: when I love people, whether they're friends or family, I genuinely love people in my life.
Hmm.
But if I have an issue with you, I'm not going to be as receptive to you. I'm not going to be as nice to you. You know what I mean? And I think
Well, that's
that's what,
kind of normal, isn't it?
right. Like, I don't waste my time being nice to anybody that I don't like. I'm an adult.
Well, yeah, me too. It's like if like I'll go to work or even on the street. When you make eye contact with somebody, what do?
I smile.
I smile, I say hello, or I say good morning, or whatever.
Right.
And how you doing, or whatever. And then you got people where I'll do that, and then it's like, hey, good morning, and then you just walk past you. Yeah, like I'm like, okay, so now I know I'm not gonna waste my oxygen to tell you good morning.
Right. And I think I hate it when people are like that. Like I said, I can be friendly. Catch me on a good day and I will be super friendly. But I'm also, like I said, I've said it in the past. Like, I walk around with resting bitch face, but it's not necessarily because I'm like in a bad mood or anything. It's just my brain is running so fast all the time.
These people do not know my social issues and how much effort it takes for me to even acknowledge you. And then it's like, good morning. And it's like, meh.
Yeah.
It's like, really? It's like, I don't want to be here either. I got a new car to pay for.
I don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. Let's get along for like the 8 hours that we're together,
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's like I know no one here. I know none of you want to be here. Let's at least make the best out of
Neither
it.
do I, but let's get coffee and just get through this crap.
Yeah, right? It's like we can make this tolerable.
Right.
And another reason why I joke around a lot and do stuff like that, because I got to entertain myself somehow.
Oh my gosh.
Because otherwise I don't have any hair. I was going to say yank my hair out. But I'd come home with like little patches missing out of my beard. Because, seriously, who wants to be at work? Let's just make the best of it, people.
No, the thing is, it's like, I'm so happy that I don't have like coworkers I see all the time. Like, I do have coworkers.
Yeah.
I have coworkers, but I only see them like when we have like in services or meetings or care plans or something big. Then I have to go into the office and deal with like people. But it's not that big of a deal for me because I'll see you once and I won't see you for another 6 months.
Right,
like, I don't have to talk to you.
Yeah.
We don't have to be friends. I just report to who I need to report to and that's it. I'm done. I don't have to talk to anybody else and I love that.
Yeah.
But when I used to work like a normal person job, for lack of like description, I didn't bother like getting to know people. It was like, I'm so bad with names anyways. I'm here just to work my little 8, 10, 12 hours, take my little coffee breaks and go home, But I think that type of like way of being at work kind of makes it harder for me, like, because it's just like I have nobody to goof around with and the time just drags so much.
All right, so Gloria, what do we do about the whole hypocrisy thing? What do you think we should do?
Take it for what it is. It's a little thing like, oh, I'm gonna like not eat this anymore. Like, I'm not gonna eat junk food anymore. We know by 2:00 the next day you're gonna be shoving that stuff in your face, and it's like.
But then you need to just practice self-control.
Right. But that wasn't the point. That was maybe not the best of examples that I could have used, But I think it's more.
I guess just try to be as true as possible.
Right.
Right.
But you're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to backtrack. You don't.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of fall into that, like, the negative side of that, right? Because then it's like, oh, I did it again. It's like, oh, here we go again.
Right.
And yeah, I love that you bring that up. That you can change. You could change how you interact with people. One day you want to joke around with them. Today I'm not really feel like joking around.
Yeah, but the thing is that other people don't always respect that.
That's a problem too.
And you can't change the situation.
And you can't do anything.
Especially if you're part of like the group.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect people to treat you one way today and then a different way tomorrow based on how you're feeling.
Right.
Especially at work. Like, everyone's just trying to get through the day.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm trying to get home to my my wifey and her new kitten.
I just need a nap.
Here we go with the naps again.
Naps.
That's all this lady wants to do is take naps.
That's my solution to everything.
Although naps right now does sound pretty good. Actually, full on sleep, not no nap.
Oh, man, sleep sounds so beautiful right now.
All right, so I guess bottom line is just try to be as true to yourself and to others as you can, right?
And if you change your mind, it's okay.
And if you change your mind, it's okay.
But call yourself out when you know you're wrong.
Yes,
Hold yourself accountable for your actions,
I
you know?
agree with that. Yeah.
And if you are a hypocrite or you're being hypocritical, just make sure you're not hurting anybody, you know? Take personal responsibility for your actions.
Okay, so since we did touch upon it, and this has been sticking in my brain now, when you met me,
Uh-huh.
what were you hiding or being hypocritical about now?
I was
Because you're like, oh, you're always putting you're being a hypocrite when you meet somebody.
no, I told you everything up front. I told you I was a bitch, I was bipolar.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty now.
No, but I was very open about myself.
You were.
You know, I told you, what was one of the first things I told you? I'm very unorganized, right?
Facts.
When it comes to work, I am super organized. I have calendars, I have things, because it's work.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Anything else, forget it.
Everything else in my life is a disaster. I don't care. You know, that's me. I'm a walking disaster, you know?
No, I mean,
But when I have to be responsible for stuff and when it comes to taking care of other people, I don't mess around with stuff like that. Like I write things down, I have things color coded and different folders for this and different folders
which
for
is
that.
very weird because before I met Gloria, I was very like, I mean, you could go in my apartment.
Lies.
You can go in my apartment, and it was pretty spotless. It was like, yeah, see, so, and it was like the bed was made all the time. You could probably bounce quarters off my bed. I mean, there wasn't really any dust. It was like spotless.
I'll stop you there. There is no dust in this house.
No, well, that's not true. There is a little dust. I see some right now.
Yeah, and whose room is this?
No, this is our like little extra BS room. Well,
There's no dust. Where do you see dust, dude?
right there.
Where?
Don't you see it?
No.
Of course you don't.
That's the difference between us.
Stop being a hypocrite.
No, but I was very upfront and very open with Joel when we first met.
You were.
Because I
I'm
wasn't
not
trying to play
fine.
games.
Like we've been together what, 6 years?
Going on 7.
No. Is
Yes.
it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes.
Anyway, and we're gonna go on our pretty soon.
2
What is
years.
this? Our 2. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
We've been married 2 years.
And we're still not all there.
We're still digging out of the hole that we put ourselves in,
Adulting.
and I would do it all over again.
But no, I think
Only different.
I think we were both honest though. Like
No, when I met you, I was like, what you see is what you got.
I basically told him in black and white, like, this is what I am, this is who I am.
Like one of the things I did, everybody, was because I'm very self-conscious about my body, right? Because I'm an overweight guy, and that was one of my things that kind of stopped me when I was looking, to meet someone. It's like no one's gonna want to, date me or want to go out with me or anything. So I was very hesitant to do it, but I don't even know how it came up, but I took a selfie. I don't do selfies, people. So I took a selfie of myself in the mirror so she can kind of see the head to toe because everyone knows how the internet thing works, right? Where you have to be on the right angle and you take the selfie to make yourself look like
taller,
shorter. You got a bigger butt, whatever. So I did a head to toe in the mirror so she could see this is what you're getting, and it didn't bother her. So I was like, okay, so that's good.
Let me tell you something about dating, right? I've dated really good looking guys. I've dated not so good looking guys. I've dated everything in between.
I would be in the not so good looking guy.
No. But the thing is like, I've never judged a person based on how they look because
No, I mean, looks ain't everything. I mean, if your
No.
personality sucks, forget it.
I'm telling you, and there was this one guy that I dated I thought he was pretty handsome, and he was handsome, and he knew he was handsome. And it was just, get over yourself. Like, you're not, no. Just because you look good doesn't mean that you're a good person. I, when I was dating and I like looked for partners, like actual like partners, I'm not talking about like just casual dating or whatever. Um, I didn't care too much about the physical. When I dated someone, it was like, okay, how do you treat other people around you? When we go to a restaurant, how do you treat the server? When we're cashing out somewhere, how do you treat the cashier? How do you treat, homeless people when we're walking together?
Mm-hmm.
How do you treat animals? How do you treat your mom? How do you treat your brother? You know what I mean? And that's the kind of stuff that I looked for. And if you didn't meet that, then no, I'm not gonna waste my time.
Right. But here we are,
Yeah.
going on year number 2.
And still haven't killed each other, so I guess we're good.
Year number 2, and I don't know how long have we been doing this podcast? Maybe a few months
Something
at
like
this
that.
point, with whoever's listening.
All 2 of you? Hey.
Yeah. Well, no, there's 3, I think.
Oh, the numbers have gone up. Watch out, everybody. Start them.
We're about to fill up arenas on our little podcast tour. I don't know about that. We're trying, though, people. We're trying.
It's getting better slowly, I guess.
No, but we appreciate the people that are tuning in, the 2 people.
All 2 of you. Thank you.
Thank
you for your
3
support.
people now.
2, 3 people, I guess.
All right, you guys. I think we're gonna leave it there. It was just a random thing that we were talking about today. We'd like to hear what you got to say about it, so please chime in on our emails and our socials. So once again, thanks for listening, and we appreciate you. Don't forget to visit the website, sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com. And our email, like I said, just drop us a line, anything you want, contributions, whatever. Sessionsandlessonsmail@gmail.com. Make sure to check out the socials, TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. Just look us up and you'll be able to find us. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys and engaging with you guys. So, you have any final words, Gloria?
I'm done adulting for today. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I think I'm getting
I think I'm so tired. I'm mumbling. I don't know, you guys.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm done. I love you guys.
Mimi time.
I love you guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right, guys. We'll
Bye.
catch you on the next one. Bye bye.